Guys, this video was so urgent. I didn't put lotion on. I didn't put lip balm on. You know it's a cardinal sin for black people to look ashy. I didn't even jump in the shower today. Luckily, you can see me and not smell me. So today, if you missed the news, okay, Output just put out an AI called Co-Producer. What you can do is create sound packs, entire sound packs, not one shots, not loops, an entire sound pack for free, currently free, by typing in words. Let me show you guys what this sounds like first before we even... It even gives you the key and the BPM. And it actually locks to the BPM. It's not guessing. So this is its Drake emotional piano prompt. Let's see if we can find another folder. I have so many folders. Let's do Pain piano loops. It's really good at piano and guitar. You guys, AI made this in seconds, and they gave me like 40 loops. Even tells you the key, and everything's in the same key, so you could just drag and drop layers if you wanted to. Same BPM. It's like having a real musician do multiple takes so that you get a full song and not just one little 8-bar loop. Now, there's a lot of misconceptions going on in the comments, so let's actually read some of the comments you guys put, just because I think some people are misinformed and some people are overly kind of generalizing. So I'm going to read your comments before we get into making a beat. It says, pop will eat itself. I don't know what that means. This is not very impressive. It just organizes some of the samples from the other sample packs into one sample pack, into new sample packs. If that was true, why would they give their product away for free? You know, I don't know Arcade. I don't know all their stuff, but some people are claiming that there's repetitive loops in here. I've typed in a lot of prompts. As you can see, I've downloaded 8 gigs of samples. Nothing sounded the same. So I don't know what people are talking about. I honestly think they're just kind of gaslighting, in my opinion, because nothing sounds the same. Now, as far as the videos, samples that I had in the video weren't as good as the ones that I got after I filmed. So to be fair, you know, the prompts I used weren't the best ones. I found piano and guitar to be the best ones. What's this? Arnev says, just make it yourself, man. No, I don't feel like wasting time learning piano just to make a loop. Now to customize it, yeah, you gotta learn music production. Now it says more or less splices Koso. I don't know what Koso is, never heard of it. Remember, 2024 is about the best marketer, not the person with the best product. I'm wondering if this is simply a fancy search of their sample library rather than generating the audio from a trained model, in which case it can't be compared to Google and others and is not that impressive. So for JP, this is the last comment I'll read. I'll kind of skim the next ones. So basically he's saying that, you know, if they're just using this AI called Co-Producer, which is completely free, just go to coproducer.output.com. Once you type in your prompt, let me show you how it works. So let's type in Drake piano sad. Okay. And you can put in the word loops or drum break, whatever you want to put in. It will generate this. Look how fast this is, firstly. Before we get into answering his comment, look how fast this is. So remember, it's not just creating like one little one shot. It's creating an entire sample pack with like 30 plus loops inside. And they're all good. And people are like, well, the piano is from an existing piano and that makes it not unique because it's from an existing piano. But that's like asking a real piano player to write you loops. Of course they're going to use the grand piano. Like that's their instrument. We don't want a new grand piano unless you specifically tell it to. Like it even goes with, it has melodies, it has chord layers. It even tells you what's in the loop. That's the crazier part. It says descending melody, piano octave 16th, simple pattern, echo pulse. It reverses sound sometimes, pre-chorus, chorus. It even lays it out for you. This is insanity. This is nuts to me. All right, let's see what it came up with. Now, you guys got to remember too, this is version 1. So its iterations are going to get better over time because it's going to be trained on our feedback and when it trains it with new starting material. So the way AI works as far as like these models, let's talk about Google's model, for example, Google Music LM. What they're doing is they're inputting a bunch of songs. They're learning the patterns in the songs using machine learning, and then they're using white noise and chiseling out frequencies out of the white noise and different auto regression technology to try to predict the next sample moving forward. You don't need to know what that means. It's just a way to generate audio. So what this person is saying is they wonder if they're just taking from an existing loop category or loop library, and then you type in your word and it pulls from loops. I don't think these are existing loops. I think they have their own patterns. I think they have their own performances. I think they have their own sounds to where I would rather a company put the really high quality sounds and run the information into the AI and it plays it through the instrument than have, Google try to figure out how to turn white noise into like a piano. It just sounds better when they have the real instruments. And because Output is a company that makes sounds, they have the top quality sound. So that's what gives them the advantage. And they have arcade and users as well. So let's download this pack just to show you. It's slow, so let's go to the next one. Now, when you have a good pack, mark it as a thumbs up so that the system gets better. Now, keep in mind, the sample you're hearing is only one of like 30 that it creates. That is Drake, if I never heard Drake. It even has a button that says keep exploring. Replace the above four with a new pack using the same prompt. So that just shows you guys, you could use the same prompts and get different results. Now, again, if we're using the logic that this pack was just made by a bunch of loops that are already existing, why would they give you like a bunch of loops for free on top of each pack is about 100 megabytes? That, the server cost for this alone, I downloaded 8 gigs last night. 8 gigs can cost, I don't even know the cost on Amazon AWS. Let me see. Actually, I'm not going to bore you guys to tears about that. But 8 gigs is not cheap to transfer from one server to another, to a user, I mean. So, I don't know. Your theories aren't making much business sense, okay? And then he said, all of a sudden they charge. And I think he was being funny. But no, they're not charging. It's still free. Yeah, I hope it's paid because in order for these companies to run these systems, it costs a lot of money. This stuff is not free. All right, so let's open up the pack. Let me switch screens real quick. But yeah, those are my thoughts about, this new AI. I want you guys to get excited. I think a lot of people are scared about it and they're just trying to act like tough to like, I don't know. They're trying to like disregard it as if AI isn't already here. Now, AI is not here to compete with you. It's here to help you and expand you. This is going to give a lot of people a new mindset to go into music with. Like, for example, this, just to give you an example, when I first heard these loops, it gave me the feeling that I had when I first used what's called Midjourney. If you don't know what Midjourney is, it generates pictures from scratch. And it just feels like you have a genie in a bottle. You're like, this thing knows exactly what I want when I type in words. And that feeling is what I got with this AI. So it's not to replace a graphic designer, metaphorically speaking. It's to simply say, I can create ideas that I wouldn't even have drawn into a DAW using the keywords that would get me to a general idea. So I'm unpacking the sounds right now. Let's open up FL just to show you how fast this workflow is. So let me switch screens. Boom. So let's use some existing loops and then we'll go to the pack that we just opened up. So this is, which pack is this? Did it open up? Oh, it's still opening up. Okay, Drake Piano Sad. So remember that pack name. Drake Piano Sad. Let me write that down. Okay, so this says 78 BPM. Let's lock in our tempo to 78 BPM. And you could leave the sample as is. You can manipulate it. Let's draw that in. Now, the cool part is it gives you sections. So it tells you, it says acceptance. So these are all in the same feel, okay? And then you could use these to arrange a song. So let's use this as an intro. So this is what makes this product unique. It doesn't just give you 8 bars and just, make you figure out the rest of the song. So we can literally just drag and drop these as if a real performer did these. So let's do this. And then let's do this loop. Now, I don't know what these sound like. So this is main melody. Let's just go in order. Main melody. And then main chords. All right, let's see. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections here. All right, now let's hear these in order. Now I don't know if they're going to be cohesive, but we're in the key of F minor, so regardless of what the performance does, it's still going to be in the same scale, key and scale. So let's just hear it straight through so far. In the meantime, I'm going to route this to the mixer. It still feels cohesive, even though those are two completely different loops. Let's drag in these in order. Let's keep going. So this way, we don't feel like our beats are just stagnant. If you didn't know, you can hold shift and drag multiple loops. That's a long loop, but so far it feels like one song. I didn't even recognize the change in these loops. So the fact that this can all be basically one song, it's pretty insane to me. Let's hear some of these sections where so literally you have a performance for free that sounds like a world-class piano master. I think Output just unlocked a box that we didn't even know could be unlocked. So at this point, you would just add your drums and your bass line. You know, I'm not going to sit here and try to make a whole entire beat right now because it would take too much time. Just wanted to show you guys how dope this is. And the piano sounds the same. It has the same tone, which is good because you don't want your loops to feel like two different pianos. And then when you try to arrange it, it's impossible to arrange. So let's listen to the loops that it created for us under Drake Sad. So here's what happens when you download. You extract the zip. And let me go back to the size real quick. It's 134 megabytes. So again, if thousands and thousands of people are downloading this per day, per second, per hour, you know, it can cost them a lot of money. That's why I want them to hopefully be profitable with this. Okay, so, and go support the company in general. So under sample packs, or excuse me, under the track stems, if your song has multiple instruments, it'll map out each instrument and then the full mix as well. Then you can go to the sample pack folder, and here's where it gives you, let's see how many are in here. Let's see. This looks like about 20 loops. So 29 loops we just got for free. Technically 30 because the other one is a loop too. We got 30 loops in a matter of seconds. And they sound great. So if you want to try this prompt, again, go to the coproducer.output.com and try piano and guitar first before you start getting into weird genres like yeet and funk and all that. Use grand piano or guitar first. Okay, let's hear this next one. So again, this is not taking people out of business as far as sample makers. This is just expanding our mind as producers. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. I'm going to open the comments to everybody, but to me, this is mind blowing, and none of these loops sound the same. The cool part is that they're all cohesive and they're labeled by key, they're labeled by BPM, they're labeled by what's happening in the loop. Insanity to me. So again, so much in here, I can't even go through it in time. So I'm wishing you guys well. Like the video, let's share with a friend, and let's see what we can create. Peace.